John Beltran and Jen Goodall back from the Digger Dome in Brush, where the Lady Bee Diggers won the opening game of this doubleheader, 66-47 over Holyoke. Now it's time for the boys' game, and I know the boys have only played one more game than the girls going into tonight, but that extra game really does make pretty much a big difference since that last game was about a week ago.
Well, in that last game, there was a lot to change in there. They, weren't passing very well. A lot of things were tipped, needed to be changed on that end of the spectrum, and I think that Coach Garcia addressed that big time.
Head coach of the Dragons is Scott Dilley, wearing their green uniforms with the yellow numerals, or gold numerals, as they'll probably say. The Bee Diggers in their home whites with the maroon numerals. We'll get to the starting lineup here momentarily for the Dragons, and they are senior laden. They have 6 seniors on this team with a roster of only 10, with a couple of juniors and a couple of sophomores. I'm sure Logan Tharp is going to be one of these starters. We remember him, the 6'2" guard forward from a year ago. And Logan Tharp at 6'2", a senior, along with Bradley Cumming, a guard, and a sophomore at 5'8". 6'1" senior, and Trevor Dalton. Tanner Smith, the 6'4" senior, and junior Tito Fierro, a junior at 6 feet tall. Let's see who the Bee Diggers counter with. It looks like Jacob Nichols is going to be in the starting lineup, because we know that there's really no set starting lineup since the Bee Diggers are so deep.
He tends to mix it up anyway, so it's on a game-to-game basis.
Junior Kyle Rosenbrock in the starting lineup tonight for the Bee Diggers, along with Jacob Nichols, another senior for the Bee Diggers. 6'2" senior and Bryce Needens, along with Trey Cranston and 5'9". And finally, Jake Brown, a senior at 6'3". So the Bee Diggers with 4 seniors and a junior in the starting lineup. But like we said, it really doesn't matter because Coach Garcia is known to be substituting 2 minutes into the game just to really get his team going in a proper rhythm. And that's the way they operate. And you'll never see the starters out there for 5 or 6 minutes at a time in terms of game clock time. They'll be out quicker than that. All right, so the starting lineup tonight brought to you by Blowdorn Lumber. Blowdornlumber.com. You can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, complete a credit application, shop the entire inventory online. Visit Blowdorn Lumber at Fort Morgan at 130 State Street. Opening tip brought to you by State Farm Insurance and Greg Mullen, 842-4555. Home Auto Life and Health. Tanner Smith for Holyoke. Jake Brown for Brush. They will jump in the center circle. And the tip is controlled by the Dragons. With the basketball is Dalton on the outside right. Fierro. Back out to Tharp. Tharp to Tanner Smith. Now down low. The shot by Cumming is good on the right baseline. Impressive move by Bradley Cumming. Backcourt pressure being applied. Trey Cranston into the front court for Brush. Cranston holds the basketball. Back out to Needens. Bounce pass near the top for Brown. Brown to his left to Cranston. Cranston back to his left. Maintains the dribble. Swings it back out on the bounce to Brown. Lost it. Got it back. Brown dribbles into the lane. Right corner. Needens with the basketball. Needens to his left. And that bounce pass is secured, but then a tie-up. That'll stay with the Bee Diggers as Nichols had the ball tied up by Cumming. Well, Cumming is 5'8", but he's strong.
He's very stockily built, I should say. Looks like a fullback.
To throw it in will be Needens to Nichols, cutting to the basket, banks and scores. What a beautiful look. And the game is deadlocked at 2. Into the front court is Dalton. Dalton with the basketball on the outside right is Smith in the corner for Cumming. Now to Tharp. Tharp against Kyle Rosenbrock. Dribbles to his right, spins, tries to hook it up underneath, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Nichols as the shot was missed. And Tanner Smith Check it, Trevor Dalton to throw it in for Holyoke. To the left of the basket, Dalton on the outside right to Cumming. Down low here is Smith, right corner for Dalton, dribbles to his left, into the lane, the ball got stripped, he gets it back, Tharp takes the three, well short, and Bryce Needens with a long rebound for the B-Diggers. Needens into the front court, dribbling on the outside right, towards that right corner, back out to Jacob Nichols, hands it off to Needens. Needens with a left-handed dribble between the legs, just beyond midcourt. 6:38 to go in the opening quarter, Brush 2, Holyoke 2. Brown with the basketball, into the lane to Nichols, left baseline, lobs it back out to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock holds the ball, dribbles to his left on that baseline, lost it, got it back, swings it down low, Cranston, runners up and in. What a look from Rosenbrock to Cranston, who scores. Brush 4, Holyoke 2. The other way, Fierro. Back out to Dalton, straight away to Tharp, now to Cumming on the outside left. Fierro takes the three, and he misses the three off the back of the rim. And Jacob Nichols goes high for the rebound. On the outlet to Cranston, B-Diggers up a 5-on-4. Rosenbrock, left baseline, bounce pass to Brown. He banks and scores! Rosenbrock to Brown. Rosenbrock with his second assist in as many possessions. Brush 6, Holyoke 2 with 5:51 to go in the opening quarter. Lady B-Diggers won tonight 66-47. Dalton on the high right with the basketball. Bounce pass down low for Tharp on Rosenbrock. Swings it. Bounce pass to Smith. Now to Dalton. Back to Tharp on the right baseline. Over to Dalton. Three in the air is going to be around and no good. Bryce Needens with his second rebound of the game for the B-Diggers. Needens with a long pass to Rosenbrock. Over to Brown. Right baseline. Shot is good! Oh, it sat on the lip of the rim and the little kiss took it down. Brown scores. He's got 4. B-Diggers lead 8-2 on an 8-0 run. Here is the baseline shot by Cumming. Back rim, no. Rosenbrock goes high for the rebound for the B-Diggers. On the outlet to Needens. B-Diggers 8, Dragons 2. 5:10 to go opening quarter. Needens bounce pass to Nichols in the lane. Back out Rosenbrock. He'll take the three. In and out. And the rebound to Bradley Cumming of Holyoke. In the backcourt, Dalton with the basketball across the timeline on the outside left Fierro, left corner. Fierro now has the ball. Back out to Tharp. Tharp looking, still looking. On the outside right to Cumming. Gets a pick from Fierro. Straight away to Smith. Smith on the outside right to Fierro. Fierro spins, kicks it back out to Tharp. Guarded by Rosenbrock. On the high right to Cumming with 4:35 to go. In the corner, Fierro had it wrestled away by Bryce Needens. Turnover number 1 there for Holyoke. First turnover by either side. Needens into the front court, fakes the three, back out to Rosenbrock. At the free throw line for Nichols, into the lane, and then he was hooked. And actually, he did the hooking. Offensive foul, and a brush turnover by Jacob Nichols. B-Diggers make a substitution. Austin Garcia, Jeffrey Dunker, and Randy Baker. 3 substitutions are in the game. Here comes Holyoke the other way, down 8-2 with 4:14 to go in the opening quarter. Trevor Dalton on the outside left to Tharp. Lob down low, and it's missed. Baker nearly intercepted it. Tanner Smith put it up, and Baker's got the rebound. Baker's runner in the lane is short, and Baker goes for the rebound, but it's controlled instead by Logan Tharp. The Dragons the other way. Fierro's got the basketball in the corner, double team, and then that ball nearly thrown away, taken by Dalton. Left-handed layup up and in off the loose ball. Trevor Dalton scores. It stops an 8-0 Brush run. B-Diggers 8, Dragons 4. 3:44 to go in the first quarter from Brush. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall. Dunker into the front court. Swings it right side to Garcia. Garcia looking for Baker. Swings it at the top for Rosenbrock. On the outside left for Brown. Bounce pass to Baker. Left of the lane. On the left baseline. Fades. Shoots. Scores. Randy Baker is in the scoring column. B-Diggers have 4 players in the scoring column. 10-4. In the right corner, Smith with the basketball against Dunker. Right of the lane to Cumming. Back out to Smith. Bounce pass to Thorpe. Straight away, here's Fierro on the outside right. Thorpe fakes the three, guarded by Rosenbrock. Dribbles to his left. Gets the pick from Fierro with 3:03 to go in the opening quarter. Tanner Smith with the basketball at the top for Fierro, guarded by Garcia. Dribbles to his left. Back out to Cumming against Randy Baker. Gets a pick from Tharp. Swings it to Tharp. Straight away, 3 in the air. Yes, for Logan Tharp. A well-run play, and the B-Diggers lead is cut in half. Brush 10, Holyoke 7, 2:43 to go in the opening quarter. Jeffrey Dunker at the top of the three-point circle, swings it right side to Rosenbrock. In the lane to Baker, and he fades, and he shoots, and he scores. Baker hits about a 14-footer. Baker with 4. Brush 12, Holyoke 7, 2:27 to go first quarter. Dalton back out to Cumming on the outside left to Tharp with a chest pass. Left corner, Fierro picks up his dribble, feeds it at the top now for Tanner Smith. Smith against Brown. Bounce pass outside right to Cumming. Guarded by Baker in the right corner to Fierro. Long three in the air. Good! Tito Fierro nails a three. Holyoke only trails by 2. It's 12-10 with 2:02 to go. Dunker behind his back. Into the front court. Cross court pass to Baker. Baker in the lane. Jump pass to Rosenbrock. And he banks and scores. Nice feed from Baker to Rosenbrock. Rush 14, Holyoke 10. 1:50 to go. And the ball is off the hands of Bradley coming out of bounds. Bead Digger basketball. Ben Mickey will check in for Kyle Rosenbrock with the Bead Diggers to throw it in. 24 points. 3 turnovers, only 1 foul. That tells you, those numbers tell you about the quality of basketball we've seen so far in the opening quarter.
It's much, much better than what we saw earlier.
Dunker to Baker, fades from 15, and Baker's red hot. Give him the ball. 3 out of his last 3. Long pass to Fierro, left corner, 3 in the air, yes. Tito Fierro's also on fire. Brush 16, Holyoke 13, and Brush is playing solid defense, but if they're hitting threes, what are you going to do? That's 3 threes in the opening quarter. 1:20 to go. On the outside left, Dunker dribbles left to the lane. Left baseline, his runners up off the side of the backboard, and the rebound is controlled over there by whoever's wearing 50 for Holyoke. Straight away, the Tharp 3 in the air, and that's in. And the game is deadlocked at 16. Tied at 16 with 58 seconds to go in the opening quarter. In the right corner, Brown with the basketball. Right baseline to Mickey. Back out to Brown. Brown nearly had it stripped. Chases it down on the outside left to Garcia. Garcia cross court to Baker. Penetrates right baseline. 15-foot pull-up is no good. Rebound to Dunker. Dunker trying to go back up, but he scoops it up, and that is missed. And the rebound into the hands of Logan Tharp. Here come the Dragons looking for the lead. In the right corner, Fierro 3, and that's off the back of the rim. Randy Baker has the rebound for Brush. 27 seconds to go. Baker all the way scoops it up and in! Off the glass, Randy Baker avoided the contact and avoided the offensive foul. Now Brush leads 18-16. 18 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Into the front court is Fierro on the outside right to Dalton. Dalton at the top now to Tharp. In the left corner, Fierro dribbles to his right. At the top now for Dalton. 5 seconds to go. Hands it off to Tharp. Tharp looking for the pick. Backs up with 2. Backs up with 1. He puts up a long 3. It's no good. And that's the end of the opening quarter with the score. Brush 18, Holyoke 16 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Sean Beltran, Jen Goodall back for Brush High School as we go to the second. And the Bead Diggers with an 18-16 lead over the Holyoke Dragons. It'll be Holyoke basketball. Tito Fierro nearly stepped in the backcourt off the pass, and then he stepped on the baseline. 3rd turnover for Holyoke. The Bead Diggers with only 1. Dunker, Baker, who scored 8 points in the opening quarter. Needens, Garcia, and Mickey for Brush. Ryan Kragmeyer along with Tanner Smith, Tito Fierro, Bradley Cumming, and Logan Tharp for Holyoke. Here's Mickey, right of the lane, back out towards Needens. In the left corner, Garcia. Cross court to Baker. He's been red hot. He'll take a 3. Yes! For Randy Baker! He's got 11. 30 seconds into the second. Brush 21, Holyoke 16. Tharp at the top of the three-point circle. Dribbles by Dunker. Had it stripped from behind, out of bounds by Garcia. And retaining possession will be Holyoke. Hard to see that Holyoke is 1-2 going into this game the way they played that first quarter. Their losses to Haxton and Yuma. Yuma's very good, we know that. And Haxton's got a pretty decent team. On the outside right, Tharp with the basketball, straight away to Cumming. Back out on the high left to Smith, now to Tharp. Tharp looking, lobs it down low for Kragmeyer. Ball knocked away by Mickey and taken away by the Bead Diggers. Here is Dunker into the front court for Brush. Dunker in the lane, all the way, scoops it up, and too strong off the missed layup. But Dunker going for the rebound, taken away by Cummings. Cumming with a second board for Holyoke. The Dragons down 21-16. 6:47 to go, second quarter. Tharp right of the lane, jump pass, right corner, Smith 3, book it for Tanner Smith. That's the 5th triple of the game for Holyoke. The Bee Digger lead is down to 2, 21-19 with 6:33 to go, second quarter. Needens on the high left with the basketball. Overhead pass to Garcia. Dribbles to his right. Cross court now to Baker. Baker left of the lane, in the lane to Mickey, lost it. Intercepted over there by Tanner Smith. Long pass to Fierro. Bee Diggers have committed their second turnover of the game. Tharp on the outside right to Cumming. Right of the lane to Kragmeyer. Straight away to Cumming on the outside left Fierro. Left corner. Tharp free in the air is off the front of the rim. And the ball is tipped around. It's still loose. And we've got a foul on Bryce Needens, who made contact with Logan Tharp. Holyoke has yet to commit a foul. The Bee Diggers have only committed 2.
Well, and that was one of those fouls that it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
so
that's a good foul.
That wasn't a bad foul.
No. And to throw it in will be Tharp. Tharp with the basketball to Dalton on the outside left to Cumming. Gets a pick from Kragmeyer in the lane. Back out to Tharp straight away, guarded by Cranston. On the outside right, the chest pass to Dalton, and then we have an offensive foul. And the foul was committed by Tanner Smith. Turnover number 5 for Holyoke. An illegal screen, apparently. And here come the Bee Diggers the other way.
And Holyoke is in a 2-3 zone, but they kind of slide up just like the girls' side does.
Austin Garcia, chest pass on the high right to Cranston. Holding the ball up high, Cranston to his left. Guarded tightly, bounce pass to Garcia. Penetrates left baseline, 10-foot pull-up, yes! Austin Garcia scores, and the Bee Diggers now lead 23-19. 5.5 to go before the break. Into the front court. Dalton bounce pass to Tharp in the lane, down low for Kragmeyer. Kragmeyer has it, goes up and banks and scores. 23-21 Brush. 5:15 to go, second quarter. Dunker, baseball pass cross court. Cranston, left corner 3, Garcia off the back of the rim, and Tharp tries to chase down the rebound. Dunker commits a foul that shouldn't have been committed. Trying to body up, but he had no chance of the ball. And let's see what that whistle was all about.
Did we have a sub come in that I missed?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see one.
12?
But anyway.
Was he in before? Yeah.
That's Tanner Smith. He's been out there the whole game. Tito Fierro then stepped in the back court off a pass into the front court. Holyoke getting a little sloppy in this quarter. That's 4 turnovers in the quarter, 6 in the game. We're only 3 minutes in to this quarter. Cranston gets a pick, wants to pull up, back out to Baker. Baker in the lane, little 12-foot runner off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Tito Fierro of Holyoke. Long pass to Tharp, in the lane to Fierro. Jump pass down low for Cumming, has to back it out. Does to Dalton, stripped from behind by Dunker, out of bounds. Holyoke basketball with 4:38 to go, second quarter. Brush leads 23-21. Dalton throws it into Fierro, right of the lane. Jump pass to Tharp. Tharp now to Dalton. Gets a pick. Jump pass to Tharp, left baseline against Rosenbrock. Now straight away. Here's the 16-footer by Dalton, short, but the rebound grabbed by Cumming, and he's fouled by Garcia. Cummings already got 3 rebounds.
He's
Garcia.
very quick, and he's deceptively quick.
Without a doubt. Bee Diggers with 14 fouls. Now Holyoke with only 1. Here's the bounce pass right baseline to Smith, and then somebody was out of bounds there off the inbounds. Turnover by Holyoke is their 7th, 5th in the quarter. Accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. It's a level 3 trauma center. Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center, where expertise matters. Baker gets a pick at the top, picks up the dribble on the outside left to Garcia. Garcia behind his back towards the left baseline. Jump pass to Dunker down low. Has Rosenbrock open, then he's fouled as he tried to go up. It was either Dalton or Tharp from behind, and it was on Trevor Dalton. Rosenbrock to shoot 2 as he missed. These are the first free throws of the game by either side. And the first free throw's up and around and good for Kyle Rosenbrock. Second free throw upcoming. Zach Roll is in the game for Holyoke. Baker and Cranston are out. Brown is back in along with Needens. Second free throw in and out. Rebound to Tanner Smith of Holyoke. The Dragons down by 3 with an even 4 minutes to go, and then the ball was dribbled off the foot of Zach Roll out of bounds. Well, the Bee Diggers with that pressure defense have forced 6 turnovers here in the second quarter. Unfortunately, because Holyoke is shooting their 3 so well, Brush cannot really extend the lead. Here comes Needens with a basketball. Into the front court on the high left to Garcia. Swings it at the top for Brown, looking down low. Right side to Dunker, dribbles to his left, right of the lane, in the lane. Up and under move, up and no good. Boy, missed an easy shot, but a nice move. Logan Tharp with a rebound. Tharp to Fierro all the way, banks and misses. Bryce Needens comes away with a board for the Bee Diggers. Needens across the timeline, dribbles into the lane, now backs it out over to Garcia. Garcia at the top, guarded by Trevor Dalton. There's the foul by Dalton. Too much body contact there. Dalton with his second foul. Third team foul with 3:26 to go, second quarter. Brush with a 24-21 lead. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice at any local grocery or convenience store near you. Dunker against Zach Roll. Dunker dribbles to his left. Jump pass to Rosenbrock on the high right baseline for Needens. Needens to Garcia, wide open right wing 3 as well off to the right. Or to the left, I should say. The ball is loose on the floor, picked up by Jake Brown. Brown chases it down. Now to Dunker, left baseline in the lane. Goes it up and under, off the glass and in. Dunker's got a great move there down low. He can convert more of those.
He's such a versatile player. He can go outside and Indian.
Right corner coming with the basketball. Straight away, here's Fierro. Fierro against Needens. Dribbles to his right. Bounce pass to Cumming. Right corner roll. 3 in the air is no good, but the rebound is controlled by Smith, and then he's fouled. I think Rosenbrock got him as he was going back up, and Tanner Smith will go to the line. Rosenbrock commits his first foul. A 26-21 lead with 2:43 to go. The Bee Diggers up in this game. Your one-stop center for home improvement projects is Ackley Building Center, 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Your one-stop shop for flooring, paint, tools, appliances, and more. That's Ackley Building Center. The free throw is in for Tanner Smith, and the second one is good as well. Brush 26, Holyoke 23, 2:40 to go in the second quarter. Brush girls won tonight, 66-47 over Holyoke. Dunker on the outside right to Garcia, well behind the three-point line, gets a pick, dribbles at the top. Maintains the possession there. Now to Dunker. Dunker to his right. Swings it down low for Brown, and he puts it up and he misses. Brown back up and he scores. Grabbed his own miss in midair and put it in. Brown with 6. The Bee Diggers lead by 5. 28-23. 2:14 to go. Second quarter. Fierro double team and then tried to jump pass, and it was stripped away by Bryce Needens. Needens had it stripped from behind by Tito Fierro out of bounds, and Brush retains possession. Meanwhile, Holyoke now with 7 turnovers in the quarter, and they've only scored 7 points. Baker's back in for Garcia. Ryan Craigmeyer back into the game for Tito Fierro for Holyoke. Needens to throw it in with 2:06 to go. Left corner bounce pass for Dunker. Dunker picks up the dribble. Swings it left side. Needens wide open 3. Off the back of the rim, and the long rebound is controlled by Needens. It volleyballed and pinballed into his hands. To Dunker, straight away to Rosenbrock. Now to Dunker, right of the lane, into the lane. Jump pass, left baseline for Baker, penetrates, kicks it back out towards Dunker. Left of the lane, little 10-foot shot is an air ball, and the ball is volleyballed into the hands of Bradley Cumming. Cumming into the front court, double team, nearly fouled by Needens, and now was fouled. That'll be the 16th foul against Brush. The foul by Needens is his second personal. With 1:38 to go, second quarter, the Bee Diggers lead by 5. Tharp into Cumming. Cumming cross court to Fierro, between his legs at the top. Now to Tharp. Tharp has to chase it down in the backcourt after the Bee Diggers tipped it over there. Needens got to watch out before committing a foul. In the right corner, here's Smith penetrating all the way, banks, and he's fouled as he misses. Hard foul committed there by Jake Brown. Well, that's a good foul. Would have been an easy layup for Tanner Smith.
It wasn't. Actually, if he would have been able to control his body a little more and gone straight up, he probably would have just got the block, but he kind of landed on him, so therefore got the foul.
But Tanner Smith nails the free throw. He's 3 out of 3. Premier Farm Credit is still the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. They understand and are passionate about agriculture, dedicated to serving America's well in good times and bad. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Second free throw is good. Smith has 7 points, all in the quarter. Brush 28, Holyoke 25. We've got 1:18 to go before the break. Cranston for Brush, bounce pass to the top for Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock looking, spinning, now dribbles. Overhead pass to Cranston, lost it. The ball is loose on the floor, and it is tipped towards Dunker. Dunker now will reset the Bead Digger offense with an even 1 minute to go. Left wing Cranston, wide open three in the air, and that is a brick. Hit nothing but the bottom of the backboard. Logan Tharp has the basketball for Holyoke. Tharp in the right corner for Cumming, guarded closely by Cranston. Now to Smith, and then Dunker knocked it off his leg out of bounds. Great defense by Jeffrey Dunker. 8th turnover for Holyoke in this quarter. 10th of the game. The Bead Diggers have committed just 2 turnovers, but despite committing 8 fewer, they only have a 2-point advantage. 42 seconds to go. Cranston on the outside left with the basketball against Cumming. Bounce pass to Brown. Brown overhead pass to Cranston with 35 seconds to go. Now to Brown, jump pass left baseline to Baker, picks it out to Brown. Now here's Cranston left of the lane, left corner Baker. He'll take the shot off the back of the rim. Ryan Craigmeyer with a second rebound. The outlet pass is nearly knocked away. It's taken by Tharp. Tharp to Fierro, left baseline shot is up and no good. And now we have a foul, and Holyoke went over the back. 14th foul, and Ryan Craigmeyer committed it. Looks like the Bead Diggers should have the final possession here of the opening half with a 28-25 lead, although Dunker's getting pressured by Fierro in the backcourt. Cranston, backcourt to Baker. Baker to Dunker with 12 seconds to go. Just beyond the timeline. Dunker now with 8. Dunker to his left with 7. Left of the lane with 6. Left corner Cranston penetrates left baseline with 3. Now to Dunker. 15-footer is off to the left, and that's the end of the opening half. With the score, Brush 28, Holyoke 25. A 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We'll head to the third quarter momentarily. I'm John, she's Jen. 28-25, Bead Diggers over the Holyoke Dragons after the Brush Girls won tonight. 66-47. In very convincing fashion in the second half after trailing by 2 at the break. Again, you can follow us on Twitter at KSIR Sports. 28-25 Brush had a little issue trying to send this last update here from the Digger Dome, but we will clean that up momentarily as the teams will break the huddle, and we will be ready for quarter number 3. And again, really don't know who the Bead Diggers will be going with here to begin the quarter, because their lineup really hasn't mattered. I mean, they have such a nice rotation, as Jen and I have talked about over the last 2 years. And it will be Brush basketball. Trey Cranston has the basketball. Here's Needens, bounce pass to Nichols, cutting to the basket, banks and scores for Jacob Nichols, and the Bead Diggers now lead 30-25. The other way, Fierro missed a layup, but he gets the ball right back. Over to Cumming. Cummings' 10-foot pull-up is no good. Bryce Needens grabs the rebound for the Bead Diggers. Let's see if the Bead Diggers can open this thing up. Into the front court is Brown. Brown inside to Cranston. He totally forced that pass. Third turnover intercepted by Holyoke. 30-25 Brush. 7:18 to go in the third quarter. It is Trevor Dalton, Tanner Smith, Logan Tharp, Bradley Cumming, and Tito Fierro for Holyoke. Tharp with the basketball, guarded by Nichols out there with Cranston, Rosenbrock, Needens, and Brown, and then cutting to the basket, missing the layup was Dalton. Rebound to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock across midcourt. At the top for Needens. Needens bounce pass in the lane. Another sloppy pass, and wrestling for the basketball are Cranston and Cumming. Possession arrow goes over to Holyoke, and the Bead Diggers, who played so well in the first half in terms of limiting turnovers, have given away a couple here in the third quarter, and we're only 1 minute and 8 seconds in. Backcourt pass to Dalton with the Beat Diggers applying the press in a 5-point lead. Over to Fierro. Jump pass to Tharp. Foul from behind by Nichols. That'll be the second foul on Jacob Nichols. Brush defeated Wiggins 66-32, then down Sheridan 61-41. Both games here in Brush. Their only road game of December will be on Friday on B106 and B106.com at 7 o'clock in Fort Morgan against the Mustangs. Fierro on the outside left to Dalton. Penetrates left baseline, cut off by Brown. Spins it back out over there to Smith. Smith in the lane to Cumming. Little 10-foot pull-up, yes. Bradley Cumming with 4. 30-27. Brown in the backcourt. Over to Nichols. A 2-on-1. Jump pass is tipped away and intercepted by Tanner Smith. 3 turnovers for Brush in the quarter. And they had 2 in the entire first half. In the right corner, Cumming with the basketball. At the top for Fierro. 15-footer straight away. That's good. Fierro with 8. Brush 30. Holyoke 29. 5:58 remaining in the third. Brown on the high right with the basketball. Dribbles to his left. Gets a pick from Nichols. Spins it outside right to Trey Cranston. Now left baseline to Rosenbrock. His shot is up and good. Rosenbrock from about 10 feet away scores. Brush 32, Holyoke 29. Into the front court is Dalton against Brown on the outside left to Fierro. Left of the lane. Jump pass. Left corner. Tharp. 3 in the air, and that's no good. And the rebound controlled by Smith. And then we have a foul. That's a good call. Jacob Nichols did not box out Tanner Smith. Then he committed the foul.
Well, and I don't think they were going to call it until they couldn't get free, and then they had to call it.
Tharp to throw it in. Tharp to the left of the basket. Back out to Dalton. Now to Cumming. Straight away to Fierro. And then his pass intended for Tharp is intercepted by Randy Baker, who's fouled by Fierro. Fierro commits his first. All of a sudden, we got 3 fouls committed here in the first 2 minutes and 37 seconds of the third quarter. Needens to throw it in. Needens beyond midcourt. Bounce pass to Baker just beyond the timeline. Picked up by Fierro. Dribbles to his left. Tried to hand it off to Dunker, and the ball nearly went in the backcourt. Dunker, jump pass straight up to Brown on the outside right. Needens, wide open shot is up and short. And Kyle Rosenbrock grabs the rebound. Bounce pass to Baker, banks and scores. Rosenbrock has 3 assists tonight. That certainly cannot be overlooked. Beat Diggers by 5 all the way, and Dalton is fouled by Needens as he drove to the basket. I'm telling you, the Beat Diggers have not been sharp here to come out in this third quarter, but they still have a 5-point lead. Really, ball security is the one thing that was great in the first half. Dalton's free throws in the air, and that's good.
Well, and Holyoke, give them credit, too. They've made some adjustments in that area as well.
Very good. Second free throw coming up for Trevor Dalton. And that is up, and that's in. The Beat Digger advantage is only 3 points, 34-31 with 4:55 to go. Dunker trapped in the backcourt, spinning, looking. Then the ball is stripped away, but no, on the baseline was Tanner Smith. And to throw it in will be Rosenbrock. Beat Diggers have a substitution. Austin Garcia checks into the game for Bryce Needens. But backcourt pressure being applied. Rosenbrock with Brown wide open. Back to Rosenbrock underneath the basket. Now to Dunker. Beat Diggers have a 3-on-2. Baker right of the lane. Pulls up off the glass. Way too strong. Logan Tharp with a rebound. His 5th. Tharp into the front court. He's going to back it up and set it up for Holyoke. Now to Fierro. He can tie it with a 3. Yes! Tito Fierro nails the 3. And it's a full timeout for Holyoke. 4:36 to go. Third quarter. Brush 34. Holyoke 34 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers and Holyoke Dragons are deadlocked at 34 with 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Brush basketball with backcourt pressure being applied. Garcia to throw it in. Over to Brown. Back to Garcia underneath the basket. Long pass to Rosenbrock. Beat Diggers with a 2-on-1 to Baker. Banks and scores. And he's fouled from behind. Baker fouled by Tharp. And Randy Baker with 15 points in the game. And the Beat Diggers are up by 2 with 4.5 remaining in the third. Logan Tharp commits his first foul. And the free throw by Baker's in and out. And He'll have another shot. Lane violation. So the free throw does not count. So Baker has 2 chances to make one off the lane violation. And that one is up, and he pulled the string. Logan Tharp with a rebound, his 6th. Brush 36, Holyoke 34 with 4:23 to go, third quarter. Smith back out to Dalton, pressured by Baker, dribbling to his left. In the left corner for Tharp, dribbles by 2, and then he's fouled. 4th team foul against the Bee Diggers.
Well, and I like what the concept of, of them trying to make that trap. They're just trying to do a little run and jump thing where they feel secure going to a side, and then all of a sudden you have someone coming up behind you and trying to get that trap or steal the ball.
Randy Baker with his first. Coming with the inbounds pass now to Dalton, right of the lane. Bounce pass back out to Fierro. Fierro gets Garcia to his left, back out to Tharp. Tharp between his legs, well behind the three-point line. Picks up the dribble, right corner for Smith. Back out to Tharp. Tharp, right of the lane, all the way, scoops it up and in. He drove by Garcia and scored. Off the glass, and the game is retied at 36. 3:50 to go, third quarter. Rosenbrock at the top for Jake Brown in the lane. His shot is around and good off the glass and got a little bit of the rim. Looked like he was falling out of bounds, but Brown with incredible balance in the air. 38-36 Bee Diggers, 3:34 to go in the third. To his left, Tharp, wide open 3, and Holyoke has taken the lead as he drills it. 39-38 with 3:24 to go. Baker all the way, scoops it up off the glass, and he missed it. The rebound to Rosenbrock, left-handed shot up and in off the glass. Rosenbrock right there to secure it. He's got 7 points. Brush 40, Holyoke 39. 3:13 to go, third quarter. Fierro, left baseline, had the ball stripped out of bounds. It stays with Holyoke. Now we're seeing some excellent shooting from Holyoke. If those 3 stop going, then the Bee Diggers are in business. Fierro with the basketball, left corner for Tharp, dribbles to his right against Dunker, stripped from behind. Oh, they call a foul on Dunker. 15 foul.
Well, anytime,
Dunker with a second person.
That's always, and I've talked to him about this even when I was officiating, that reach around where you're trying to poke the ball out, if you touch anything, you're going to get that called.
Tharp to throw it in three-quarters court over to Dalton. Dalton against Dunker, behind his back. In the left corner for Tharp, dribbles to his right. He's going to kick it back out to Fierro against Garcia. On the outside right with the basketball. That is Zach Roll in the game. Here is Tharp, and he came down with the basketball. It was tipped away, and then the shot is blocked out of bounds. Offensive foul as driving to the basket was Dalton, and he ran into Austin Garcia. Dalton commits his third personal. That'll be a turnover. By the way, that was not Roll that I said earlier. That was indeed Dalton. Bee Digger basketball with 2:48 to go in the third. Hometown service and a higher plane. That's High Plains Bank in Wiggins, 502 Central Avenue. For assistance in opening a loan, equity line of credit, or checking account, see what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Dunker on the outside right to Baker, guarded by Fierro. Gets a pick at the top, left of the free throw line. Jump pass, left baseline to Brown. Back out to Garcia. Jump pass, left of the lane for Dunker. Knocked out of bounds by Cumming. It'll stay with the Bee Diggers. And to throw it in will be Garcia. Ryan Craigmeyer checks in for Tanner Smith as the Dragons make a substitution.
And switch defenses into a 2-3 zone.
Garcia looking down low. He's going to have to kick it back out, and he does way up to Rosenbrock. Left corner, Garcia dribbles to his right in the lane to Dunker. Scoops it up off the back of the rim. No good. Craigmeyer has the rebound, his third on the outlet. Here's Fierro with the basketball. Back out to Tharp. Thinking about the 3. Now to Zach Roll, who's into the game. Coming down low for Craigmeyer. Hooks and misses. Rosenbrock with his 5th rebound for Brush. Now to Baker. Baker across the timeline at the top. Down low for Brown. Reverse layup is up, and he missed it. Craigmeyer comes away with a rebound. Still 40-39 Brush. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Tharp just across the timeline. Back out to Roll. Roll at the top. Swings it to Tharp on the outside left to Cumming. Gets a pick, dribbles to his right. Now to Fierro behind the three-point line, guarded by Garcia. Right baseline, here is Cumming, and then he tried to swing it inside, intercepted by Baker. Here come the Bee Diggers. Baker looked like he was fouled, just stripped, he got it back. Then he leans, he shoots, he misses, he's fouled. And Baker will be shooting 2. And the foul was committed by Tito Fierro. That's his second. Well, they need Baker in this game. He's got 15 points. Without him, the Bee Diggers would be in trouble offensively. The free throw for Randy Baker, who missed his only free throw, is up, and that's off to the left. Second free throw upcoming for the senior, Randy Baker. He bends, he shoots, and that one's good. Bee Diggers take a 30-second timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, 842-4555, Home Auto Life and Health. With a minute 39 to go, Brush 41, Holyoke 39. Well, really solid game. Can't ask for much more here. Now it's up to the team that can close not only out the quarter, but the game as well. We've got over 9.5 minutes remaining of basketball unless we go to overtime. The Bee Diggers should be the fresher team going into the fourth quarter. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. What has been a big difference is the three-point shooting by Holyoke. They have 7 triples in the game. 4 of those in the opening quarter. Logan Tharp to throw it in with backcourt pressure. Over to Cumming. Cumming into the front court. Cumming all the way, scoops it up, and he missed it. Craigmeyer going for the rebound, and he banks, and he misses, but he's fouled. Randy Baker commits his second. Ryan Craigmeyer can tie the game. The Bee Diggers have 16 fouls, by the way, so every foul from here on out for the final 9.5 minutes will send Holyoke to the line. The free throw rattles in for Craigmeyer. Second free throw upcoming. And that one is up, and that's perfect. We are tied at 41, or was there another lane violation? Wow. Holyoke has done that twice. It didn't cost them a point the first time. It did that time, so the Bee Diggers retain a 1-point lead, 41-40. Dunker on the outside right to Garcia. Run to the lane, Rosenbrock. Right baseline, Brown. Shot is up and good. Little 12-footer for Jake Brown. He's got 10. Rush 43, Holyoke 40. Backcourt pressure being applied. Tharp looking, still looking in the backcourt to Fierro. Fierro across the timeline, guarded by Garcia. Stripped by Garcia. He commits the foul, 17th foul. And to the line will be Tito Fierro for the 1-1. Yeah, the Bee Diggers have plenty of fouls to use as a team, but not now, not with this going on. They're in trouble. They cannot commit fouls because Holyoke will just shoot free throws, and they've proven to be a very good free throw shooting team so far.
Well, and it seems like every year we go through this. We kind of stay close, hang around, and then one team or the other gets into foul trouble at the end here, and that's the end of it.
Free throw is in and out. Craigmeyer tried to tip it to himself. Rosenbrock wrestles the ball away, and that's the appropriate word. On the outlet to Needens. Bounce pass, left corner, Garcia. Garcia jump pass to Rosenbrock. Rosenbrock in the right wing, right corner for Randy Baker. Baker against Tharp, 51 seconds to go. Baker looking, bounce pass right corner, Dunker, 15-footer off the back of the rim, and Bradley Cumming has the rebound for Holyoke. Cumming across the timeline on the outside right, maintains the dribble, picked up by Garcia, back out to Fierro. Fierro dribbles into the lane on the crossover, and his shot is up and around, no good, and the ball is tipped around. Baker chases it down in the corner for the Bee Diggers. Baker to Garcia. Garcia left of the lane. Back out to Needens, fakes the three, left of the lane, bounce pass to Dunker inside. Dunker turns, banks, and scores. What a spin move for Jeffrey Dunker. And the Bee Diggers with a steal. Dunker scores again! Off the steal in the backcourt. And all of a sudden, the Bee Diggers have scored 4 points in just a few seconds. 5 seconds to go in the third. Here's Cumming. His shot right baseline is well short. Craigmeyer had the rebound. No, he couldn't control it. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Bee Diggers close the quarter on a 6-0 run with a score. Brush 47, Holyoke 40 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. We head to the fourth quarter. Brush with a 7-point lead over Holyoke, 47-40. And the Bee Diggers will have the basketball with Jeffrey Dunker into the front court out there with Trey Cranston, Ben Mickey, Randy Baker, and Bryce Needens. Mickey at the top, and he nearly walked, and they wanted a call. They didn't get it. Oh, it's definitely a dragging of the foot. I think the Beat Diggers got a huge break. Tito Fierro, Tanner Smith, Trevor Dalton, Logan Tharp, and Zach Roll. Dunker turns, misses, puts it back up and in. Dunker with a strong move in the lane. He's got 8. 6 in the last minutes of this game. Brush on an 8-0 run now leads 49-40. In the backcourt is Tharp, and we've got a timeout. Full timeout called here by Holyoke. 39 seconds into the fourth. And anytime, Jen, you're looking for a call and don't get it, and as a coach you go berserk on the sideline, maybe it's a good time to call a timeout, which is what Scott Daly did there, because clearly the game is getting away now from Holyoke. Even though they're still in it, they can make a couple of threes and get right back into the game.
Well, and you don't want it to get too far out of reach, and you don't want to lose that poise and get yourselves into foul trouble as they, have gained a couple here in the last few minutes.
49-40 Beat Diggers. The girls won tonight over Holyoke, 66-47. And it was just that surge the Beat Diggers needed.
Well, and they always seem to have that. They just kind of, it's almost like cat-mouse kind of thing, and then all of a sudden they just decide, okay, let's just end this.
Well, they make a defensive run. I mean, defense created one of those baskets. They've only committed 5 turnovers to 14 for Holyoke. That's been a huge difference in the game.
They just always seem to come up with that at the end of the game, though.
And Holyoke made a couple of critical mistakes. Lane violations on free throws, which twice. To throw it in will be Dalton at midcourt. Dalton to Tharp. Back to Dalton. Dalton against Trey Cranston. Dribbles to his right. Overhead pass to Fierro. Fierro between his legs. Outside left to Tharp. Tharp double team to his right. Bounce pass to Fierro. In the lane. Intercepted by Needens. It was intended for Smith. And then the ball taken away nearly by the Dragons. But let's see who has the basketball. I think the teams might have exchanged turnovers there. And thrown away as Cranston tried to chase it down. It'll be Holyoke basketball. Plenty of time to go in this game. B&B Appliance carries a full line of in-stock and ready-to-be delivered Whirlpool appliances. Baker steals and misses. Needens gets the rebound. Back out to Dunker. 15 turnover. Dunker's runners up, and he's fouled as he misses. Dunker to the line. The foul committed by Tanner Smith. And that's the pressure defense we were talking about. And here is Dunker to the line.
This group of boys is very good at reading where the ball is going to go and reading eyes, so...
The Dunker free throws up, and he pulled the string. With the world moving towards more green energy, it's time for you to recycle the old and get in with the new. New appliances, that is, at B&B Appliance. Second free throw for Dunker. Short again. Logan Tharp has the rebound. Jump pass is tipped away, but Tharp has it right back. In the right corner, here's Zach Roll. Back out to Tharp in the bounce. 6:43 to go in the game. The Beat Diggers could have been up by 11. They're only up by 9. Here is Dalton back out to Fierro. Cross-court pass over the left hand of Zach Roll out of bounds. And the Dragons now officially, or unofficially, I should say, have 17 turnovers to only 6 for Brush. And Fierro's out of the game. It's Dalton, Smith, Roll, Cumming, who's just back in along with Logan Tharp. Dunker, Cranston, Needens, Ben Mickey, and Randy Baker for Brush. At the top off the bounce pass is Mickey with the basketball. To his right, picks up the dribble. Mickey still looking. Still looking. Back out to his left on the bounce to Needens. Guarded closely by Smith. Tries to dribble by him at the free throw line. Swings it right side to Dunker. In the lane to Mickey. Turns. Left-handed hook is up and no good. Off to the right. The rebound is controlled by Tanner Smith of Holyoke. His 5th rebound. Outlet to Dalton. Right corner for Cumming. Back out to Roll. Cross-court bounce pass to Tharp. Tharp with 5:58 to go. Dalton, left corner 3 is well short. Rebound to Roll. Banks and misses. And the rebound to Jeffrey Dunker is 3rd. Beat Diggers the other way. Across the timeline is Dunker. Brush 49, Holyoke 40. Cranston left to the lane. Swings it to Vicky, who banks and scores. And the Beat Diggers have their first double-digit lead of the game. It's 51-40 with 5:38 to go. Into the front court with the basketball is Tharp. Tharp against Jeffrey Dunker. On the outside right with the basketball is Dalton in the right corner for Roll. Bounce pass back out to Tharp. Tharp against Dunker. Dribbles to his left. Cross court taken by Roll. Well behind the three-point line. At the top for Tharp. On the outside left. Here is Cumming. Down low for Dalton, and he banks and he misses. But he's fouled from behind on the back of the head by Bryce Needens. Fourth foul committed by Needens, and Trevor Dalton to shoot 2. And no field goals yet, no points yet for Holyoke in this quarter. Beediggers on a 10-0 run, and it ends right there. The free throw is in. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. It'll get you on the right track and find out what options are available to help you. Imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goal with Morgan Community College. Second free throws off to the left. It's rebound number 4 for Jeffrey Dunker. Brush 51, Holyoke 41 with 5:05 to go in the game. Dunker on the outside right to Baker, left of the lane, all the way, scoops it up, around, no good. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Logan Tharp. Tharp with a 2-on-3, bounce pass to Dalton, back to Tharp, banks and misses, and a foul. Ben Mickey commits his first. Well, this is what Holyoke wants, the clock to stop and to have a chance to score from the line.
Well, and Ben did try to miss him. He just ended up, the Holyoke player is very smart, and so he kind of stopped, and Ben kind of ran into him. So he did try to end up going around him, but didn't make it.
Beediggers call a timeout, brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, Home Auto, Life, and Health. 842-4555 will take it with them. Brush 51, Holyoke 41 with 4:54 to go in the game. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Logan Tharp will shoot 2 free throws for Holyoke, and the first free throw is good. Brush 51, Holyoke 42 with 4:54 to go. Plenty of time left in this game. Second free throw by Tharp is perfect. Beediggers still have to run that offense. Brown to throw it into the backcourt to Baker. Baker dribbles by 2. Beediggers have a 4-on-3. Baker to Cranston, bounce pass. Rosenbrock banks and scores. That's the way to run the floor by the Beediggers. 6 for Rosenbrock in the half, 9 in the game. Beediggers by 10. Bounce pass. Baker tries to save it and cannot. Out of bounds, intended for Fierro in the right corner. Beediggers are so athletic. They chase down a lot of passes. Tharp to throw it in. Tharp back out to Fierro on the outside right. Here is Tharp. Over to Trevor Dalton, outside right to Tharp. Back out to Cumming. Now to Fierro. Jump pass is tipped out of bounds by Baker, intended for Tharp. Dragons retain possession with 4:29 to go in the game. Brush 53, Holyoke 43. Tharp looking. Overhead pass near the top on the high left to Dalton. Back out to Fierro. Left of the lane, in the lane. Jump pass down low. Off the hand of Tanner Smith out of bounds. What a difference. 18 turnovers to only 6 for Brush.
Well, and Holyoke adding basically a man-to-man full-court press here.
Garcia to Brown. Jump pass to Baker. It's a 2-on-2. Baker's pass is then intercepted by Tharp. Here comes Tharp the other way to Fierro. Baseline shot good for Tito Fierro. Yeah, they're still in this game. Fierro now with 13. Rosenbrock to Baker. Has to chase it down in the left corner. Cannot. Brush now getting a little bit too sloppy. 8 turnovers in the game. And it's only a 53-45 game with 4:05 to go.
Well, and Coach Garcia is letting him know that he doesn't like those kind of plays.
Well, it could become a 2-possession game here if Holyoke happens to score. Dalton into the front court. Fouled by Garcia. That's a good call.
It is. He had his hand on him the whole time.
Well, Garcia was all over him. You can't do that. This will be a 2-shot situation for Dalton. He can make this a 6-point game, and the free throw's up and in. Brush 53, Holyoke 46. It's not over yet. Yeah, the Beediggers had an 8-point lead and didn't use up any possession time and committed a turnover. And they got to think about doing that now with 3:59 to go. Second free throw's perfect. Dalton is 5 out of 6 from the line. The Beedigger lead is down to 6. It was double digits earlier. Baker to Dunker. Dunker bounce pass to Brown in the front court. Back out to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left to Brown. Dribbles to his right in the lane. Brown all the way, scoops it up, and he misses. But Rosenbrock scores in midair off the glass. Rosenbrock has made some key plays tonight. Dalton with a basketball to Cumming. Back out to Dalton on the outside right. Pulls a 15-footer off the bottom of the net. Cumming tries to save it in, but does to Trey Cranston a brush. Here's Cranston, bodied up, no contact. Back out to Rosenbrock. Brush 55, Holyoke 47 with 3:22 to go in the game. Cranston will take his time just across the timeline. Cross court to Dunker. Dunker to his left, dribbles by Tharp. Jump pass to Brown. Offensive foul on Dunker. That'll be a turnover against the Bead Diggers. Their fourth of the quarter. No free throws because it's an offensive foul. For Dunker, though, it's his third personal. And now Holyoke has to score here with 3:08 to go. Left baseline coming with a basketball. Wide open Tharp, left wing three is no good. And the rebound is secured by Jeffrey Dunker. That's his fifth. Now under 3 minutes to go. The Bead Diggers lead 55-47. Cranston dribbles by two. Jump pass to Baker. There's a foul, 16 foul. Bead Diggers will inbound the basketball. Foul was committed by Tito Fierro, his third. Rosenbrock to trigger it in. Right corner for Brown. Kicks it straight away for Cranston. Cranston retreats towards the timeline. Bounce pass outside right for Dunker. Dunker dribbles to his left, double team. At the top, swings it down low, intercepted, intended for Rosenbrock. Taken away by Fierro. Fierro left baseline all the way, banks and scores. For Tito Fierro, it's a 6-point game again. Baseball pass, Dunker to Cranston, and Cranston lays it up and in off the glass. That's a nice baseball pass from Dunker to TC, who now has 4, 57-49 Brush, 2:20 to go in the game. Fierro into the front court on the outside left, guarded by Brown. Behind the three-point line, picks up the dribble. Here is Smith, now to Dalton, right baseline coming. His shot is an air ball, and Dunker has the basketball for Brush. Dunker with rebound number 6. Still in the backcourt with 2:05 to go. Chest pass to Baker in the front court. Right baseline for Rosenbrock. Back out to Baker. Straight away to Dunker. Hands it off to Cranston. Cranston with a minute 56 to go, and the Bead Diggers up 57-49. Brown now has the basketball for Brush. Down low for Rosenbrock. He banks it in. Rosenbrock has 10 in the half, 13 in the game.
And that was a great backdoor cut. He brought his guy up, and then he backdoored him.
On the outside left, here's Cumming with a basketball. Against Baker, straight away, intended for Tharp, tipped away by Dunker. Tharp has it now in the backcourt, front court. Fierro, 3 in the air, and that's off the front of the rim. Fierro, though, chases it down. Now to Smith, he banks and misses, and the ball is loose, and here is Jake Brown with the basketball, and Brown's going to slow it down.
Wisely.
Dunker has it with a minute 17 to go. The Bead Diggers up by 10, 59-49. Dunker to Baker. Baker in the lane as runners up and in and out. And Baker goes for the rebound. Instead, Logan Tharp has his 8th board for Holyoke. Tharp with a minute 3 to go. Tharp right of the lane. Right baseline coming. Right corner. Here's Dalton. At the top for Tanner Smith. Back out to Tharp. Dribbles into the lane. His runner's up and good. And that was Logan Tharp who scored. Quick timeout for Holyoke. 53.4 seconds to go. Tharp now has 15 in the game. And the Bead Diggers hold an 8-point lead at 59-51. Well, Jen, I think the strategy is very simple. You try to come up with a steal in the backcourt. If you don't, you foul the Bead Diggers. And you have to not necessarily trade point for point, but hope that the Bead Diggers either miss 2 or just miss 1. And then now you got a bombs away from the 3.
Well, and like we said earlier, they kind of live and die by it. So it's one of those things where they're going to attempt all shots, and I'm sure as soon as they get a rebound, they're going to kick it out there. At least try to get 2 or 3 of those off before a possession ends.
Well, for a Class 2A team, Holyoke will make some noise this year. And they're going to drop the 1 and 3, but their schedule's been tough with Haxton, Yuma, who Brush lost to last year after an 8-0 start, and now these Bead Diggers. So here come the Bead Diggers with Needens, Garcia, Rosenbrock, Cranston, and Brown. It'll be Fierro, Smith, Logan Tharp, Bradley Cumming, and Trevor Dalton for Holyoke. Garcia to throw it in. He can run the floor. Overhead pass to Brown. Jump pass back out to Garcia. Knocked it out of bounds by Fierro. Garcia to throw it in again. Not exactly what the Bead Diggers wanted there. Garcia bounce pass towards Needens. Back to Garcia. Garcia jump pass to Rosenbrock in the front court. Rosenbrock looked like he was fouled. No whistle. Now to Cranston in the right corner for Brown. 42 seconds to go. Needens with a basketball. Needens back out to Rosenbrock. Bounce pass to Needens. Needens with 36 to go. Down low for Garcia, and he goes to the floor. There is a foul on Holyoke. That'll be the 17th foul, 1-and-1 situation. Oh, unless it was a kick. I think it was a kick.
Yep.
Check that. No foul. Garcia to throw it in with 35.8 seconds to go. To Rosenbrock. He'll dribble it back out. Over to Cranston with 32 seconds to go. Cranston is fouled by Cumming with 30.8 seconds remaining. Cumming with his first. Cranston with a 1-and-1. The 17th foul committed by Holyoke. Yeah, that's the only shot you have right now. In fact, the Beat Diggers did a nice job. They took up about 27 seconds. That's what happens when you know how to pass well. You don't get fouled when the ball's constantly being thrown around. Free throw off the back of the rim. Logan Tharp with his 9th board. Tharp, front court pass to Dalton. Left corner for Cumming. Cumming dribbles by 2, scoops it up and in! And a foul. Oh, they're going to say it was on the floor? Yep. Yep, on the floor. No continuation there.
Only in the NBA.
Yep, so the points are off the board. The foul was committed by, let's see it. Yeah.
I think it's Jake Brown. Nope.
Yeah, I have no idea. But the foul's on the Beat Diggers. And the free throw's off the back of the rim for Cumming. The foul was committed by Jake Brown, his second, so that now they have it correct on the board. Brown is out and Dunker back in. Second free throw coming up for Bradley Cumming.
Well, and as they enter the ball or rebound it, they've got to not throw it towards Holyoke basket. That's what they're trying to do, is get a steal right at the entering pass right there.
30-second timeout by head coach Scott Daly with the Beat Diggers up 59-52 with only 23.9 seconds remaining in the game. I'm sure plenty of pressure will be applied. Fort Morgan boys 6-2 going into Friday night's game on B106 and B106.com against Brush. Fort Morgan boys won tonight at home against Sterling 52-46. Fort Morgan's played 4 Patriot League opponents. They beat Eaton, they beat Platte Valley, they beat Sterling tonight, and had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter last night and lost by only 2 to University. So that's, Beat Diggers are going to have to bring their game coming up on Friday. Right here it's 59-52. Brush basketball with 23.9 seconds to go. Cranston to throw it in. Cranston with a baseball pass towards Garcia. It's off his hands, out of bounds. The good news there is that he touched the ball, which means they've got to throw it in from the opposite end. But not even a tenth of a second went off the clock. The inbounds to Dalton. Dalton swings it left side to Cumming, back out to Tharp. Tharp tries to force up a long shot. It's an air ball, and Rosenbrock has the ball for the Beat Diggers. Rosenbrock to Dunker. Baseball pass to Cranston. 8 seconds to go. Cranston with the basketball. No need to foul here. Now to Dunker, who looks up at the clock. And the Brush Beat Diggers will defeat the Holyoke Dragons tonight, 59-52. A highly contested game. We'll take a break, a 2-minute break. We'll come back with a recap on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back at the Brush High School where the Beat Diggers defeat the Holyoke Dragons 59-52. Welcome to the Beat Digger post-game show brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is the tough part nowadays, but when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want when you want it and at the quality you deserve. Start your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. As the Beat Diggers defeat the Holyoke Dragons 59-52. We'll get to the numbers momentarily as we speak with head coach Ken Garcia. Man, I tell you, Holyoke brought it tonight. I mean, you did have a double-digit lead there sometime in the second half, but the Dragons coach they simply did not go away in this game.
No, they were very determined, and you know that's a testament to their coach. He's got them playing hard, and we just couldn't match that. We had opportunities to put the game away, and we just made some bad decisions, made some bad passes. But you know, we got to learn from that. So. It happens that we won the game, and we still got some things to learn. So,
well, you only had 2 turnovers in the first half. Now, the second half, you mentioned those bad passes. Did you feel the team was rushing it a little bit on offense and getting a little bit too jittery? Was that part of the offensive inconsistency at times?
Yeah, we had a 2-on-1, and we don't move the guy's hand, and we throw it right where his hand is, and there's no excuse for that. We got to understand, move their hands, make a bounce pass. We throw the ball too late in one of our offensive sets there, and a guy steps right in front. It was open early, but we threw the ball late. So, we just got to keep working on our timing and understand how to put a team away when you have an opportunity like we had tonight.
What about the inside-out game? How do you think that flowed offensively? Because you did have a lot of buckets, some second chance points off of rebounds, so it seemed there was some balance there.
No, I thought we ran our offense well. Like I said, it just some timely missed layups on occasion and a bad pass or something like that when we had a run. And we could have continued the run, but because of that, because of the mistakes that we were making out there, that kind of stopped the run and gave them an opportunity to say, all right, now we stopped them. Now we can go back and challenge on the offensive side. And
Holyoke had 7 3-pointers in the game, but 4 in the first quarter. Did you really have to make any adjustments defensively, or did you feel that when you're taking all these 3-pointers, eventually you're not going to keep making them, and Holyoke did not? They only made 1 fewer 3-pointer in the final 3 quarters combined as opposed to the 4 in the opening quarter.
Oh, they came out on fire. There's no doubt about that. And, we made some adjustments, but at the same time, I didn't think that they would be able to continue that rate of shooting the 3. But, we did make a conscious effort to make sure that we were out on them and giving them a little bit more pressure so that they just didn't have free reign like they had in that first quarter because they were dropping them like crazy, I thought.
Dragons 13 out of 16 unofficially from the line, Brush 2 out of 8. So I know we've talked about that last year, that statistic has to improve so games aren't as close as they were tonight.
Definitely. Again, another opportunity to stretch the lead. When a team's down late in the game, you're going to get fouled. We had opportunities to step to the free throw line and put some free throws down, and we didn't get it done. So, that's something that tomorrow we'll get to the free throw line, we'll shoot our free throws, and we'll do our 2-on-1 passing, and we'll continue to tell them that, those are the skills and those are the things that we're going to have to do in order to, have a little bit more comfortable game. And like I told them over there at one of those timeouts, I said, they just like to make it difficult on me because, we get a nice little stretch, we get a nice little lead, and then, it seems like then all of a sudden we don't know what we're doing out there. And then here they come, they pop a 3 or, they go to the free throw line. We were fouling way too much, weren't moving our feet, and that stopping the clock, letting them go to the free throw line. They were shooting lights out from the free throw line. So, again, there's another opportunity to understand that's not how you stretch a lead. That's not how you win a ball game, and we got to clean those things up.
All right, Fort Morgan has played 4 Patriot League opponents so far. They won over Platte Valley, defeated Eaton on the road. They had an 8-point lead in the fourth quarter, lost to University by only 2 points last night. Tonight they beat Sterling at home by 6 points. So I know you're thinking, man, this challenge of playing Fort Morgan coming up on Friday is even more difficult considering you're facing a 6-2 team than maybe past years against Fort Morgan, especially knowing also that this is your first and only road game in the month of December.
Yeah, definitely. They're working hard. They've made vast improvements. They made a commitment last year, when they didn't have a very good season, that they were going to turn things around. And, it certainly shows so far early in the season that they're doing some good things. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. And I hope that, we have a good couple of practices and clean up some of the things that we need to do to make ourselves better, and then show that on Friday night.
All right, the Bead Diggers defeat the Holyoke Dragons tonight, 59-52. Head coach Ken Garcia, congratulations on another victory.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Coach, as the Bead Diggers pick up the 7-point win tonight. And let's get to the numbers right now. We start with the visiting Dragons. They got 15 points in the game from Logan Tharp and Tito Fierro, 7 points apiece from Trevor Dalton and Tanner Smith, 5 points for Bradley Cumming, 3 from Ryan Craigmeyer. Meanwhile, the Bead Diggers were led by Randy Baker with 16 points, 13 from Kyle Rosenbrock, Jake Brown with 10, 8 from Jeffrey Dunker, 4 apiece from Trey Cranston and Jacob Nichols, Austin Garcia and Ben Mickey with 2 points apiece. Now the Bead Diggers committed 11 turnovers to 18 for Holyoke, and with the rebounding totals that we're doing this on the fly right now, Holyoke unofficially with 28 rebounds, 9 of those for Logan Tharp. And the Bead Diggers tonight grabbed 27 rebounds, and 8 of those from Kyle Rosenbrock. But again, as I documented to the coach, 13 out of 16 from the line for Holyoke. Bead Diggers 2 out of 8. So you take 8 fewer, and you make 11 fewer, and that's just one stat you can look at. If the Bead Diggers are going to win these games a little bit more handily, and obviously, like Coach Garcia said, lots to work on moving forward with a game only 3 days away.
Well, and I think with them only having a game within 3 days, that's going to be a big change for them, too, because it's been, have a game and then wait a week and then have another game and wait a few days and then have another game kind of thing. So to have it that quickly is going to get them in a better rhythm, I think.
Bead Diggers and Fort Morgan Mustangs will play on Friday night from Fort Morgan. Keep in mind, we will not have coverage of that game right here on 1010 and KSIR.com. Instead, we'll have it on B106 and B106.com. The girls' game in Fort Morgan starting at 5:30. The boys' game at 7 o'clock. We always remind you, you can follow us on Twitter, quarter-by-quarter updates at KSIR Sports. Follow us on Facebook at 1010 KSIR Sports. So if you're ever not at a game and you want an update of that game, you can find it online without ever being at the game or even listening to the radio. Social media, obviously, very big with our Northeast Colorado Broadcasting family. Outstanding job, our sound engineer and producer, Rose Condas. I'm John Beltran for Jen Goodall. The Brush girls win tonight over the Holyoke Dragons 66-47, and the Brush boys complete the sweep, defeating Holyoke 59-52 to move to 2-0 on the season, make it 3-0 on the season. You've been listening to Brush Bead Digger Basketball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.